there, this is Jazz with JD Wax, and today we're going to learn how to do double Viking knit. Now I'm using sterling silver wire. And today we're going to have a friend. His name's Sauron. And he likes to sit on my lap while I am wire weaving and such. He likes to be a part of stuff. And he likes to try and distract me. Anyways, today we're learning how to do double Viking knit. I'm going to be using my Lazy Daisy and my draw plate, along with, of course, my pliers. And these do have wire cutters in the middle of them, so I actually don't need any old wire cutters with this. So let's get started. We're going to take our Lazy Daisy and we're going to put the end of this wire down through it. And I'm going to continue doing that. We're going to bend this down and we're going to end up cutting off length from this so that it doesn't keep getting all tangled. Okay. Now you're just going to skip a hole, because mine has 12 holes. You're just going to skip a hole and put the wire back down through the next hole over. And then you're going to make sure it crosses. And you're going to pull the whole wire through. I like to use a little bit of longer wire, because then there's not as many pokey bits that I would have to deal with later on. But it does make you fight with your wire a little bit. So just a heads up, if you guys want to use shorter wire, you can. And I'm using 24 gauge sterling silver, because I don't want this turning my skin any sort of colors whatsoever. If I'm going to put this much effort into something, then it better not be shoddy, you know? And you're just going to make a loop. Underneath, just like this. And you're just going to continue doing that all the way around till you get all the way back to the beginning of your strand. Okay, so now we are back at the beginning. And I did end up cutting that tail just a little bit shorter. But now we're going to start taking our wire and going behind the loops. And it should make another loop, just like that. And you're just going to continue going around for another row, going behind the loops to make another loop. Alright? Okay, so now it should look like there are about 3 rows. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count up 2 rows, so we're on the 3rd row, 1, 2, and just put the wire back through that 2nd row, just like that. And then you're going to continue doing that for the rest of your weave. You're going to keep putting it back through the second row from the top. And it should make another loop, just like that. And you're just going to keep doing that until you've got your whole row of weaving done. Make sure you're leaving enough room for the loop. So the loop should encase the last two loops on the last two rows. Make sure you're not pulling it tight, too tight. It should be going around those two loops right there. After about 5 or 6 rows, this is what it should start to look like. Alright, so I did roughly 10 inches of this. So now we're going to put it through the draw plate. Alright, so we're just going to snip these ends off. Alright, and we're just going to take this little tail and we're just going to push it in and push it down. Alright. And this is just some random scrap wire that I had laying around. We're going to need 3 pieces. Alright. And always save your little scraps because you can always melt them down and make something else out of them. Alright. And we're just going to put these through the opposite holes. So if I put one through here, it's going to go through the opposite side hole. And then we're just going to turn it up. And then this one, the opposite hole is right there, and then just turn it up. And then the last one. And turn it up. Now you're just going to take your handy dandy pliers and you're going to grab a hold of all of them and twist them to where they're one bunch. Alright, and once you got that all tied down, and you just gotta make it as flat as possible, it's not gonna be perfect, you're gonna take your draw plate and you're gonna go through the first biggest hole. The first biggest hole is 5/8. So just put it through the draw plate. And it's going to fit kind of snugly, but for the most part it's going to fit. And you're just going to pull it through. And then the next hole is 9/16. And pull it through. and then 1/2. And as you see, the more I pull it through, the longer it's becoming, and the smaller in diameter it's becoming. This one is 7/16. And it's becoming more chain-like. Like, it's more flexible and stuff. When you first take it off the spindle, it's like really stiff and whatnot. But as you go down lower, and the next one is 3/8. And see, the more flexible it gets as well. 5/16. And the smaller it gets, the harder it is to pull through. And you also have to constantly look for these little tags. Make sure they're not poking through. Make sure you're pushing them back into the middle so that it doesn't come through and like poke. See, like this one right here just came through as well. So I'm just going to put it back into the middle. Okay. So I think we went through the 5/16. Yeah. So then I'm going to go through the 5/16 again because it's still kind of difficult. And if you need to go through them twice, that's alright. And then the next one down is 1/4. And you just got to make sure that all of them wires are completely pulled through before you start pulling. Oh man. Okay. So that was 1/4. 7/32. Oh, and here's another pokey bit. Poking through. Okay. There we go. Okay. 7/32. I don't know, should I try the 3/16? I don't know. I think I'm going to go ahead and try. Alright, so I got it to go all the way down to 3/16. I had to use some leverage to get to pull through the last layer, the 3/16 hole. So this is pretty dense now. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it any smaller than 3/16. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take off these extra wires. If you want to clip them, you can. I normally just push them through. And this is what you're left with. And then to finish it off, you can either put some caps on it, or you can make your own ends out of wire. It's completely up to you. Here's the final product. They are kind of scraggly, but that's alright. And then the very last thing is to look over it, run your fingers over it, and look for any imperfections where the wires did get out. And you're just going to bring them out as far as you can. And then take your snips and go down as far as you can and snip it off. And then if you run your fingers over it again, you shouldn't be able to feel anything. No more pokey bits. And that was the only one. So it started out as 10 inches of wire. It started out as 10 inches of wire, and now it became It became 19 inches altogether. Alright, this has been Jasmine with JD Wax, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day. Bye!